If you're watching the video version and you're wondering, isn't this just the same setup as it was last week? Yes, it is. Hold on, I had to fix my camera. It's blurry. There we go. Okay. So, yes, it is. I'm just recording this literally directly after the last one. So, here we are again. I had both of these topics in mind, so that's why I'm doing them both today. But the thing I wanted to talk about was not letting the noise of the world take you off your square. I kind of alluded to this in the last episode where I was talking about comparison and just how, like, it's true what they say, man. Comparison is truly the thief of all joy. And it is the place where joy comes to die when you start to compare yourself, good and bad, because comparing yourself in the positive light boosts your ego, and feeding your ego too much can be a bad thing. And then comparing yourself too much in a negative light will destroy your confidence. And we already know how important confidence is, for sure. It's just that I see too many people, young people especially, let social media, like the appearances put up on social media, just drive their lives. And they don't even think that they do it is the crazy part. Sorry. But I see it all the time. I see people, they do things, right? They post things, they post certain things, or they reshare certain posts, or they like certain posts, or they comment on certain things, and they perpetuate things on social media. And it's like, if you ask them, they see nothing wrong with it, but it is quite clearly a response to other people, or what other people are saying, or what other people are doing. And it's to derive attention. Like, that's the only reason that we post on social media, myself included, which is why I don't post that much anymore. Like, I deleted pretty much all of my personal social medias minus my Facebook, because I have to have it in order to run our joint page for the podcast. But pretty much the only social medias that I have now are like my photography Instagram, our podcast Instagram, our podcast Twitter, and then our podcast Facebook. That's it. Like, because it's just like, I even noticed about myself when I had social media, the reason I was posting certain stuff was just for the attention. Like, and it's like, why? Like, attention can be a good thing when you're using it for the right reasons. Like, I want attention to this podcast. Why though? Because I feel like I'm getting my thoughts out, and I'm getting narratives out there that can really stop and make people think and just consider some things. Like, what I'm saying is not deeply profound or anything. It's just a nice reminder to get people to think about things and to just slow down and consider something that they may have put on the back burner for their lives. That's the goal of this podcast, of my other podcast with my co-host Christian. That's the point of what we're doing with those. And then, like, with my YouTube channel, it's to help people relax. Yes, I want attention, but it's like, I want the attention, I want the subscribers, because if you can get paid for helping people relax, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing. Like, when I record my videos, they help me relax when I'm recording them, because I just get to focus in on doing something I actually want to do, and I'm doing it in a relaxing manner. So it helps me to actually make the videos. It helps people out there to actually watch the videos. And if you can get paid full time for doing something that you want to do, yes, why would you not? You know what I mean? Like, why not? But it's like, when you're posting things that serve you in no way, or when you're doing things that serve you in no way to get a reaction, or basically to get a reaction, or to get no reaction, just to get eyes on it, then you start opening the gateways because then your brain starts to ask itself, subconsciously, of course, if I'll do this for people's approval or disapproval, what else will I do for people's approval or disapproval? And when you start falling into that trap, you go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. Now you're doing things in your personal life to please people. You're doing things in your love life to please people. You're doing things at work to please people. Like you start to go, or to make people mad at you just for the attention. Like you see it all the time with children that act up. They do it for the attention. Like it is a thing in humans where we are social creatures. So we look for the approval of others, sometimes even in the disapproval, like people definitely do that. And it's not just a child thing. Like grown adults do it every day. We see it on a daily basis. Grown adults do it. And it's like, we have to come out of that. You can't allow what people say to control you. And it's not just in a negative way. Like sometimes it's in things that aren't necessarily inherently negative. You can't allow the outside world to tell you what kind of music you should and shouldn't listen to. You can't tell the outside world what kind of job would make you happy. You can't tell the outside world, you can't let the outside world tell you what kind of significant other that you need in your life. You can't let the outside world tell you what kind of friends you need in your life, because like your life is your life. I think we forget that. Like the more general you get, of course you can put people into bubbles, into boxes when you get really general. But when you start to get specific, I truly don't think there's boxes that people fit in when you get specific, as long as they don't allow themselves to fit in those boxes. Some people force themselves into boxes just to feel like they fit in. But I think people are too nuanced for that. Like, I think there are inherent specific differences for us all. And so it's just like different things fit us, like if a human life was like a human body, nothing would match. The hat, the glasses, the jewelry, the top, the bottom, the socks, the shoes, nothing would match on a human body. If the human life was like the human body and everything that you did in life was like your clothing, nothing would match. Everybody would look a mess. But that's because we are messes. We are all individuals. And it's like you can't allow others to tell you how to be yourself. You can't allow the opinions of others to influence the way you move about in your daily life. Like, if I let the opinions of others stop me, like, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. Like, none of it. I wouldn't be so focused on it. I wouldn't still have a plan to make this a big thing, in the coming 10 years. Like, if I just listened to what other people had to say. Like, there are very few people in my life that actually encouraged me to do this, It's just something I discovered on my own that I wanted to do, and so I'm going after it. Just as simple as that. Like, it's just, everybody's going to have their input. Everybody's going to have their say. But you have to have a filter. You have to have a filter on what you let in, what you let out, what you allow to pass through, and what you just kick out upon the door. Like, you don't have to listen to everything that everybody says. That's not feasible. It's just not feasible. Hear people out, but have your filter. Some things go in one ear and out the other. It's supposed to. It's supposed to. Because the thing about it is, you have your own brain. You're going to think enough. And for other people to try to think for you, it's never going to lead to anything good. A lot of the times people are telling you things that they themselves can't even fathom what it would take to even be able to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? So like, they discourage you because they just don't see it as possible. And maybe you can see something that they can't in your future. That's just your God-given gift, man. Like, what's the thing? I just, the moment that people stop trying to live for the approval of others is the moment that you really become free, for sure. Like, you really become free at that point. And it's a hard journey to go down. I'm not saying that I'm completely out of wanting the approval of others, but it's just, it's a journey that we all got to take some kind of steps in the right direction of. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. If you're on the audio version, you want to see the video version, check out the YouTube in the episode description. If you're on the video version, you want to check out the audio version that comes out 2 days earlier. Make sure to check out the links in the description. You can get all of them down there wherever you listen to your podcast. We're everywhere. And yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching, man. It's me, your boy T. See y'all in the next one. Peace.